5 most disturbing hunting encounters caught on camera.
The Hunting Public is a DIY hunting channel based in Missouri. Their primary focus is to
Chat, do y'all like hunting?
And inexperienced hunters, and most of their content follows a very similar format built around that purpose. Their videos show the hunters going to different locations.
Chat, I'm scared of hunting.
And usually completing the hunt.
I'm scared to touch fish.
Their thought process.
I wouldn't even dare go hunting.
And the video they filmed on September 25, 2022 was meant to be no different. Two of the channel's hosts, Ted and Nick, were out bow hunting deer on public land in their home state. Little did they know, this trip was about to be cut short by the most disturbing encounter they've ever had in the wilderness.
Let me know.
The incident happened at roughly 6:45 p.m. while the two were hiding in a tree, waiting for a deer, when, out of nowhere, they heard what sounded like a loud scream in the distance.
Why are you doing that? What, two people arguing?
It was too distinctly human to be coming from an animal or something similar. And while this was plenty terrifying on its own, it was only the beginning of a much more haunting sequence of events.
Oh, so it gets worse.
Not only did the screaming continue for the next 30 minutes, it also became more manic and blood-curdling with each passing minute.
You could be vaping.
But my thing is, bro, no deer is gonna be in the area anymore. What is this? What is this I'm looking at?
What? I knew it. Oh dear. Oh dear. What?
So y'all scared of taxidermy?
I don't know. I am.
Oh. Scares demands payment with gift
I'm scared of taxidermy because, like, what if they jump out the wall and become real? I'm be like, oh no! Oh yeah, somebody getting skinned alive.
Things only became worse when they heard the sound of several gunshots coming from the same direction.
Oh yeah. Oh, bro. Oh, yeah. That guy didn't make it. If he did, if he made that or she made it, bro, they just might be Michael Myers.
Maybe the person screaming was being
or Jason, one of them,
like a black bear, and used their firearm in self-defense. However, what made this explanation unlikely were the few coherent words that could be heard in between the screaming, with the voice yelling for help and saying phrases like, "I hate you."
Oh yeah.
The voice became even more.
That woman got slayed, bro.
Gunshots, shouting what sounded like "somebody help," "you effing killed her," and other disturbing phrases.
Oh yeah. I thought we were just gonna hurt her.
In addition to the screaming, shouting, and gunshots, the two also heard the sound of multiple cars speeding off, after which everything went silent. By now,
did they go investigate?
They had just heard a horrific crime take place less than half a mile from their location. Unfortunately, they didn't have cell service in the wilderness to make a report, and the only way out of the woods was in the same direction as the screaming. Getting too close and alerting what could be an armed and dangerous group could have been life-threatening. So they decided to stay silently hidden in the trees for the next few hours, and only moved back after it was completely dark out. The two eventually made it back to their car and drove to a spot with cell reception to report the incident. However, from what I was able to find, the authorities weren't able to locate a body or even find any evidence of a crime at the location Ted and Nick provided.
That's the thing, bro.
Disturbing encounter unresolved. People on the internet have come up with several theories to explain the situation, ranging from a firing squad execution to someone having a drug-fueled mental breakdown with a gun in their hand. But many have also accused the hunting public of faking the whole thing, which is a common strategy by failing YouTube channels to go viral and gain new viewers. However, the hunting public had a fairly consistent viewership before this video, and it didn't increase by a significant amount after the encounter.
Yeah.
They also have over 1,400 other regular hunting videos, this being the only one with a strange encounter. Typically channels that fake videos
I don't think you can make that up.
Content. The screams also seemed far too primal and emotional for anyone to fake that convincingly. Put simply, what they heard was more than likely
You know, actors are really good at
It's
acting.
been over 3 years since the incident, and we still have no answers on what it was all about.
So how many of y'all got socks on right now? I do.
You know how every year around this time,
And I don't
the
like it.
temperature drops, everyone around you starts coughing, and suddenly you're convincing yourself you're probably fine? Yeah,
Nah,
that-
chat. Be real. When was the last time y'all got sick?
That was me a few weeks ago.
I don't get
I
sick.
kept brushing off this awful sore throat because I really didn't feel like dealing with the whole Dr. Hunt night.
Is this an ad?
Calling out in the morning. I finally admitted to myself I couldn't just power through me before spring. Site where you can search an appointment.
was.
Nearly every spell, 8 hours of booking. You
Who thought he was slick trying to play that into one of these videos?
In
Nah, I
November
won't fall for it.
2022, a bow hunter from
Lock in.
Michigan named Brendan Fitzpatrick was camping alone inside his hunting blind, waiting for a deer to pop into view, when suddenly he was startled by a voice he didn't recognize. Brendan looked outside to see who it was and came face to face with an angry-looking man pointing an AR directly at him. Brendan
Shot.
tried to explain the situation, but the man wasn't willing to hear any of it and kept becoming more and more hostile.
Coming out there right now. All right. But I just want to show you kind of why we're here. I mean, we pay good money to hunt this property. We've been hunting it for years.
No, you ain't been moving for years. I've been here 8 years.
Do you live on this property right here?
Sir, you're not listening to me. I'm not.
I just want to talk to you. I'm sorry.
He then told Brendan to put his phone down and said what can only be interpreted as a threat.
Put your phone down.
You have an AR in front of me. I'm scared.
Put your phone down.
Dude, I'm scared as now.
Okay, well, it's gonna be more scary. Put your phone down. Are you attacking me?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. I'm hunting. I'm hunting with.
Drop your phone.
Oh my God.
Phone.
Oh,
Sir,
hell no.
I'm bow hunting. I don't have any guns on me.
I know that.
Him saying, "Are you attacking me?" while Brendan was doing everything in his power
Chat,
to cooperate.
I'm
and
not
stay
gonna
calm
lie.
became
That's why you gotta be sticked up, bro. That's why you have to have some form of protection on you, bro. Preferably something that can be shot at a distance. I'm not gonna lie. A back pocket, blam. Oh, nigga push up on me with an AR pointed at me. Oh yeah, that's grounds for self defense. What are we talking about?
later.
I'm
He
finna
also
exercise my right to bear
Brendan to get out
arms.
of the area while repeatedly threatening him with his gun and his aggressive-sounding dog. Brendan explained that he wasn't trespassing and that the
Ain't no way I'm finna I ain't no way I'm finna get slimed out with a bow and arrow. What is this? Am I an archer in the 1700s? Nah, hell no, this ain't medieval times, nigga. I'm gonna pull out that pocket rocket and get the blasting. You gonna think I'm Jimmy Neutron? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I'm not doing it. Yeah, you feel me? Ain't no nigga finna walk down me with no. Ain't no nigga finna walk me down with no AR, and I got a bow and arrow, and let that be the only form of protection I have. I can't go out like that.
land he was on was legally leased for bow hunting, which was true and was something he and his family had been doing for multiple years. However, despite getting a reasonable explanation, the man refused to accept any of it and kept trying to intimidate Brendan. What made the encounter even more unsettling for Brendan was that the man refused to even state his name, making it clear that he had no interest in a civil conversation. Not only that, but he also name-dropped Chai Vang when threatening Brendan, a violent criminal who took the lives of 6 people and injured 2 more members of a hunting party in 2004. Put
Oh, yeah.
simply, the man was insinuating that he was willing to do the same to Brendan if he didn't comply. Fortunately, Brendan was able to stay composed enough to not aggravate the man any further and live to see another day. Brendan later tried to press charges against the man, but the police weren't as helpful as he'd hoped. They essentially told him that he didn't have enough evidence to start a criminal case against the man and left it at that. However, that wasn't even the end of it. Because
Not enough evidence to have a criminal case. Nigga, this shit is on the internet. That video should be enough for y'all to investigate. What do you mean?
as a year later, on November 25, 2023, Brendan's brother encountered the same man while hunting in the area. Due to what happened the year prior,
Please tell me
reached
you had that
position his
stick on
tree
you.
stand more than 150 yards away from the site of the original confrontation. But for some reason, the man became even more hostile than last time and directly opened fire without saying a word. Luckily, none of the shots actually hit Brendan's brother, and he was able to leave the area without getting injured. However, according to Brendan, the authorities didn't file any charges against the man yet again, citing the same lack of evidence. Though people online suspect that the perpetrator might have connections at the local police department, allowing him to threaten the lives of innocent people and not face any consequences. The only silver lining in this
Bro, I don't understand it. That has to be a thing, bro. That has to be a thing. You're telling me, bro, the cops don't have enough evidence from a shooting in the woods that you have on camera?
Disturbing case is that no one was actually hurt. Brendan and his family have also returned to hunting, likely at a completely different location. On September 10, 2024, at approximately 7:45 a.m., two fishermen were kayaking down Lake Emery in Franklin, North Carolina, when one of them spotted what appeared to be a log drifting in the water ahead. However, something about it didn't feel right.
It's on Hunter on River Monsters, bro.
Take a better look, and that's when he made the horrifying discovery. It wasn't a log at all. In reality, he was staring at human remains that had likely been in the lake for multiple days by that point. He was still a bit unsure and thought that maybe it was some Halloween decoration that had found its way into the lake. But the closer he got, the clearer it became. The remains were certainly real. And after taking a couple of minutes to calm his nerves, Mark dialed 911 and told them about his discovery.
What's good, y'all? It's pro football player Jake Ferguson. I'm out here staying dry.
Bro, get your ass off my damn screen.
Under Armour heat gear.
I am fishing on Lake Emery and I have come across a dead body.
This nigga scared.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at it. I mean, it looks like a dead body. I mean, there's a hand sticking up, there's a rotted face. I don't know if it's some kind of stupid Halloween spooky thing, but I'm not touching it. So
now, discovering
nigga said it could be a
hollow is disturbing enough on its own. But what made this find even more chilling was the dark implications it suggested. You see, authorities had also found the remains of a 19-year-old boy in the same lake just a month earlier. And if the two cases were connected, it meant that there was possibly a serial killer on the loose in the small town of Franklin. While talking to the police, Mark also remembered seeing a pair of Crocs lying near the boat ramp he used earlier that morning, adding another disturbing layer to an already unsettling situation. That said, the reality of this case turned out to be far more tragic than disturbing. The person in the lake was later identified as 50-year-old Ethel Marie Ogle. According to the official reports, there was no foul play involved in her death.
No foul play, so what, she just went out there and
glance,
just
duck hunting seems like one of the safest hunting styles out there, especially since it doesn't require hunters to spend any time deep in the wilderness, where running into angry predators like bears or bobcats is a constant concern. However, duck hunting,
do y'all like the snow?
Other outdoor activities, comes with its own set of risks. Something Ethan from the Lucas Reinsch YouTube channel became well aware of in November 2020. He was out hunting ducks with a shotgun early in the morning while the sun was barely up. After staking out on a beach for a few hours and waiting for the ducks to gather, he found a target and managed to shoot it down. The duck fell a bit too far into the water, but without a boat, his only option was to wade into the water to retrieve it. And that's when everything went wrong. Ethan had plenty of duck hunting experience under his belt.
I'm not shooting no duck far out.
This particular lake and didn't know about the sharp drop-off a few feet off the shore. So as he got closer to the duck, the ground suddenly dropped off from under his feet, leaving him struggling to stay afloat.
Oh shit.
He also knew how to swim, but that wasn't as big of a help as he'd hoped it to be. The biggest issue at hand were his waders. They became filled with water, sinking him deeper while also making it near impossible.
Oh, he's straight now. He already at the damn shore.
Staying afloat is relatively easy for anyone who knows what they're doing. However, water-filled waders make this otherwise simple task infinitely more difficult, as drowning becomes a stronger possibility with each passing second. To make matters worse, the water Ethan was in was also extremely cold. Even if he could stay afloat with heavy waders, he still risked contracting hypothermia and passing out before drowning.
But you won't get
water was
hypothermia
also
that fast,
tensing
bro.
up his muscles and making it difficult to keep moving. And to top it all off, he was also completely alone on this trip.
How long
Having
was he in
someone
this
with
water
you
for?
on any nature expedition increases the chances of survival exponentially. Even if a partner isn't able to help directly, they can at the very least call for help. Ethan, however, didn't have that option. All he could do was keep his calm and keep swimming toward the shore with all his energy. Fortunately, this worked. After a brief but intense struggle, he was able to find the underwater ledge and make it out relatively unharmed. And while his determination and level-headed approach certainly helped, his surviving the incident was nothing short of incredibly lucky.
No, bro. Imagine something to pull you down by your ankle. Dude, you're gonna be like the Salem witch trials, bro.
34-year-old Richard Wesley was out bow hunting.
Oh,
in
you're a
Ontario,
witch!
Canada, when he suddenly came
Time, wait on his foot and sick up in the ocean.
A up
Oh
there. He initially
no!
tried to lay low in the bushes and hope the bear would walk away without noticing him. Unfortunately, he was in a wide open area, resulting in the bear seeing him and coming
Chad, would y'all would have ran? I think I can outrun a bear. What y'all think? Chad, can y'all outrun a bear?
toward him.
Yes or no?
One of the only options he really had left at this point was to run away, which, considering a bear's top speed of up to 35 miles per hour or roughly 55 kilometers an hour, wasn't really possible. Or he could stand his
Fuck
ground
that.
and try to scare the bear away before it got too close.
You got a gun, bro. Use
Because
that
if
shit.
The bear actually decided to attack, Richard would have no real way of winning that
Or a
fight.
shotgun,
Black
bear
bears can
put a
generate
pump
bite
straight to
force
his
of up
face.
to 1,000 psi with their 2.5-inch long teeth, which is enough to easily fracture a human skull or even sever
Ew,
the
they
head
just throw
from
up.
the neck. Adult black bears can also weigh up to 600 pounds or 272 kilograms. In other words, once a black bear is on top of you, there's no practical way to get it off. Plus, the weight of
Yeah,
one
huh, Saquon
causes
Barkley can.
asphyxiation within seconds. Not to mention the 2-inch long claws that can leave deep lacerations down to the bone. So even if the bear decided to leave Richard alone after a single claw swipe, he would have likely bled out right there before help arrived. With all this in mind, he stood up and
I would have
tried
been
to
so
intimidate the
elusive,
bear.
bruh.
Unfortunately, this backfired horribly.
Chad, this nigga tried to intimidate the bear, bro. I don't think that's gonna work. The bear is way bigger than you. The intimidation tactics that you're trying to use, it's not gonna work, twin.
Instead of running away, the bear lunged at Richard and slammed into the ground. For a moment, he thought this was the end.
Oh, yeah.
But as he was falling down, something
Stupid as fuck.
exceptionally lucky happened. The wooden bow Richard was holding in his hand got shoved into the bear's jaw. This not only kept the bear from shredding his arm, but biting into the wood also disoriented it enough to make it turn and leave Richard alone. So, despite coming dangerously close to losing his life, Richard was able to walk away with only a few minor bruises.
This
But
nigga
while he
Richard,
escaped
dog.
physical
If
harm,
your car is right there, twin, I promise you, you'll make it. I promise you, that bear is not on the hunt for no human, fam. That's not its natural source of protein and things to eat. Nigga, if you slowly back up to that car, bro, that nigga is not gonna fuck. You're gonna you're gonna agitate
watched
it.
the video footage. My stomach just tightened, and my wife started crying. Instead of admitting that I'm scared, and I probably should have went and talked to a professional about what happened, but I just downplayed it. That said, the experience also left Richard with a far deeper appreciation for the life he has.